Pleased to meet you.
A imagemdosom está com everything. Thank you for having us. Your band is like a math rocks, laptops, so you are like a geek band.
Yeah, absolutely. Geek as in, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think so, yeah.
Hopefully not just for geeks, but we are geeks. Definitely, we are geeks in lots of different ways. But we try not to let that inhibit us too much. We still have a good time.
Your new album is called Ark. Any relationship with that kind of episode in the Bible, the salvation?
Well, it's a different spelling, but we did like the association with, you know, as you say, salvation, and sanctuary, and rescue, and all of that. We liked the fact that when it was first announced on radio, people didn't know how to spell it, that kind of thing, because you didn't see it written down for a while. So yeah, it definitely occurred to us, but it's not a direct reference really, but it's an association. It has that connotation, which we like.
Well, not that we are saving anyone else, it's more that sometimes
Absolutely
we need
not.
saved. We need saving.
It saves us in a way.
Yeah, well, it can be very cathartic or whatever. But yeah, we like to leave it open for interpretation.
So you are a very young band, 2007, and you started at 2007. So in a few years you have enormous succeed. So you were expecting that?
I don't know. Really.
It doesn't feel.
Not enormously successful. That's not really true. But
I think moderately successful feels about right to us. But yeah, we didn't really know what to expect in 2007 when we first started in a basement. We definitely have come a long way since then.
it doesn't really feel the same as it did at the end of 2007. That feels like a different lifetime, really, in a good way. And also we sort of, I don't know. It's easy to get misty-eyed about these things and miss it because it was the past and not really for any better reason than that. I mean, it was really hard in the early days. We had no money for a long time. We did it for like 2 years without being able to go to work because it was full time, but we weren't really earning any money, and it's still kind of, you know, we're not rich and famous now, but we just feel lucky to be professional musicians in any sense, really. And we'd like more people to hear the music, and that's the thing that keeps us going, really. That's the sort of ambition. It's not to be big or to have fancy cars or anything like that. It's just that we want to communicate to more people all the time.
And at the past fall, you were the back band to the Muse. How was the experience?
Exciting and interesting and fun.
Experience.
Yeah.
So we'd done that kind of tour in the UK with Snow Patrol, and that was the first time we'd played with those huge rooms with 20,000 people in. And that's a whole different discipline, really, to playing a normal festival show like tonight, or playing a little club show, or even a larger club show. So doing that with a band like Muse, who have such extraordinary stage presence and production, and learning a little bit about that was interesting. But also doing it in Europe as well, doing it in mainland Europe, was different for us, being in a different country every day, in different crowds every day. And we'd never be able to play to that number of people in mainland Europe on our own in 2 months, but we played to 250,000 people in 2 weeks.
Despite the fact that the gigs were really big, for us, I mean they're usual for Muse, but for us they were massive. But I don't think we felt that nervous. I think we felt quite kind of like we had nothing to lose and we had everything to gain, which was quite a liberating feeling.
It's a good feeling, right?
So it was just fun to be on the road with them. Really, they were very nice guys as well.
And what kind of things you can learn with that huge band, huge production?
Just the way that they have to perform bigger to get to the back of the room, if you know what I mean. It's like if you're, in a play in a tiny little theatre, then everything can be quite subtle. But if you're in
larger spaces,
it needs to be more
the same
exaggerated.
moves in a really vivid way. It has to exaggerate everything.
Yeah.
One day you achieve to be like Muse?
Maybe. I don't know if it necessarily appeals to us. We like the opportunity of playing those big rooms, but I think Muse have done a really good job of tailoring their music to those kind of huge spaces. And I don't know if we, maybe if, I mean, it happens by accident, doesn't it? You write a really successful record, you end up playing gigs of that size, and then the next time you write an album, you've got that sound and that environment in mind, whether it's consciously or subconscious. So you end up writing for the spaces you're used to. That's certainly how we started our band. It was because we were playing in a little basement and everything was very loud, very frenetic, very tight. And we've loosened up and sort of widened out since, because we've been playing in larger rooms. And I mean, even doing that Snow Patrol tour informed the sound of a few of the songs on this second album. So I think if it did happen to us, it would be an accident. And it would be
A dangerous accident.
dangerous accident. Many people get hurt.
Yeah, 20,000 people a night would get hurt.
And now the next steps for everything.
We've got a lot of festivals coming up this summer, which we're looking forward to. A lot of rooms like this, but it's very fun. Nice to bump into other bands that we know and be outside a lot and get muddy in Britain.
Get wet.
Yeah.
Get sunburned when we're
just,
lucky.
Yeah, and just play to people who maybe don't know us, which is kind of the best thing about it, really.
We will return to Paredes de Coura.
In August, yeah.
Apparently so.
Play the main event in August, which should be great, because we've only ever played one other show in Portugal, so yeah, we're enjoying all of it.
Thank you.
Thanks.